It's the Gitty Gang Show on Cigar Nation TV. It's the Gitty Gang Show on Cigar Nation TV. And we're coming to you live from CB Gitty. It's the Gitty Gang Show.
Gitty Gang Show.
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 It's the Gitty Gang Show on Cigar Box Nation TV. Surprise you live early.
Hey! Welcome back to the Gitty Gang Show, live on Cigar Box Nation Television. My name is Glenn Watt. Got a good man.
And Nick's over here.
Pow! Got Nick over in the corner doing the magic like he always does. Ben Baker, Ben Gitty Baker, fearless leader, compatriot, friend, hobo enthusiast, will not be with us today as he is out doing what he should be doing, which is resting and relaxing on some well-deserved time off, holiday, vacation, whatever you choose to call it. However, we may see him, rumor has it, pop into the comments. Hopefully that's the case, because love to see from him the good Ben Gitty Baker. Now, we have an incredible show lined up for you today. But yes, we do, says Farley, who's just off camera. Little spoiler alert, Farley is off camera today, so you may be seeing her, you'll be seeing her. Because in the lineup today that Nick and I have for you, what do we got? I got a list of things. We got Ben not only possibly in the comments, but Ben got a couple of videos that Nick has lined up. Is that correct, Nick?
Yeah, we've, let me get that closer to my face so you can hear me. Yeah, we've got a couple of videos from Ben. He's taken out down there in a rail yard. Not sure exactly where he took them, but this is a couple of good videos we got there.
Yeah.
And we've got, I think we got some more Farley art today, right?
Yes. So after,
that out.
yeah, dude, we got some. So we got Ben. He's sent in some videos out from his great vacay, his great holiday. We also have some artwork, some fresh, new and exciting artwork, fresh from our amazing artist Farley Andreessen. We're going to share with you. We got What's the Deal with Spiel? That Nick's kindly got Shane for us this week, because it's always a pleasure to have Shane share his wisdom, his enthusiasm, and knowledge with the rest of us. What else do we have on my little list here? How could I forget? Our good man Nick, again, has been working on a spectacular new thing that he's going to share with you later. I hope that you stick around for some of that. We've got your images and whatnot stories over in the Watt Corner segment coming up, and after that, we have some submissions from you good folk out there in Cigar Box Nation, CB Gitty, television Gitty Gang Show land that Nick kindly put together into a little montage. So if you can stick around, you can see some of your friends and cohorts later on in the television show today, our internet show today.
You know what we have in common with the 80s, Glenn?
Nope.
We both like a good montage.
He's got a point. Excellent stuff. Now, check this out. This is not the point of the show. I don't think this has ever been, this may never have been on the show. We used to sell these little guitars, and so usually there are acoustics up here that are acoustic electrics that you can plug in, but this is just a dual humbucker that we got on stage today that I probably won't be playing outside of just more than that, so we'll see what happens. But nonetheless, great show lined up, and before I just get going on what Nick has lined up on deck, or whatever sports analogy, metaphor you want to use, I want to say hello to Marty Tauber, Ronald Michelle Mason, Danny Weddle. Who else we got on there? Rick Flint, got Clay Clark. Some of you are going to be pretty happy about what's coming up in Watt Corner, I think. Wayne Anderson, Larry Krause, Sean Ton, Don Baker, Tom Petrie, Keith Rurick, and the rest. You know I love you guys. Frank from Austria. I'm sure I'm missing a couple as I'm scrolling through here. Andy Borders, Michael Capato, Dan Jones, Paul Robertson, Tom Schaefer. Thank you all. Jim Burt, Roll Tide. All right. So what Nick has for you first lined up is, of course, our good friend Ben Baker, and a little video that he sent in to share with the rest of you. So stay tuned now.
Hey everybody, Ben Gitty here for the Gitty Gang Show. I'm filming here from the Bellevue, Ohio Mad River Nickel Plate Railroad Museum. An amazing little place here in Bellevue, Ohio. I'm going to do a couple of train songs for you here. Well, I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling round the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. Well, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But the train keeps a-rollin' on down to San Antone. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't you ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear the whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. I bet there's rich folks eating on a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had to come in. I know I can't be free. But those people keep on moving, and that's what tortures me. Well, if they freed me from this prison, if that railroad train was mine, bet I'd move it on a little farther down the line. Oh, far from Folsom Prison, that's where I want to stay. And I'd let the lonesome whistle will blow my blues away. Yeah, I'd let the lonesome whistle will blow my blues away. Got Ma Gitty here. First time appearance on the Gitty Gang show. All right, here we go.
That was so cool. That was a nice little video. Let's got Mama Baker up in that joint. That was awesome. Thank you for sending that in, Ben. And check out who's here. Got Farley Andreessen gonna share a little Farley art. I did want to say welcome to Shaq Collins, Bill Broman, Matthew Simpson, Magic Daddy. I saw you out there, Shane Spiel. I hope you're enjoying this because we know that we love you. Now, so what we have lined up, actually, Nick has put together an entire folder. Just threw it together because things are a little tight today. But threw together a beautiful folder of Farley's images that she's been putting together and working with Ben at creating some beautiful artwork for CB Gitty Crafters Supply and beyond. And what Farley's going to do is kind of have a little conversation with you and Nick about what it is that she's been doing. So I may fade out a little bit here. I don't know what's going to go on in the producer's corner, but let's give Nick and especially Farley here an opportunity to talk about what she's been creating lately.
All right.
What we got up first?
Thank you so much.
We've got.
What do you got there?
All right, so this one is really fun. Ben kind of helped me construct this one. It originally was from a photo that we might have shared before, but oh no, this is the one that is from the photo. That's right. And then do you have the other one, Nick, that's similar to that? Yeah. Okay. So it's fun to actually see those two because you can kind of see how I morphed and took, you know, ideas and inspiration from an original photo and then convert it to kind of a jamboree, bunch of guys getting together and kind of an imaginary scene.
I love the firelight and the sparks coming off the fire in that image.
Yeah, yeah. I had a lot of fun with that one. I like that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now you're doing this, this is all digital art, you're doing this on a tablet, is that correct?
Well, it's kind of a combination of digital and pencil. I go back and forth. I'll have some, you know, I'll have a photograph for inspiration, then I'll do a sketch of it, and then I'll bring it into my iPad.
Nice.
And, you know, do different things. So I kind of go back and forth.
So what do you got here on the right there?
So this guy is a picture that Ben gave me. That one's from a photograph. It's kind of a rendition.
Yep.
And I just love the guy's face. I don't know if you can see it on the screen close enough, but he just looks so weathered, and he's a real hobo traveling the rails, and I just love it. I think it's a really cool photograph.
Joe Peach is saying that's brilliant. Bob Rawson's giving his kind words.
Yeah.
Wow, awesome mod. Ron Christ is saying very cool. Rusty Taylor's here working on stamps. Is that about talking about this, Rusty? Talking about making artwork for stamps?
Are you doing artwork for stamps? Because that's really cool.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. All right, so now this gets into some stuff that I'm kind of really into, more fun stuff. This is Slim Pickens is what I think I want to call this.
So, all right, so you're working on a character. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there's a character, and you might recognize some familiar reference to somebody else here on the stage who ends up being the source of a lot of inspiration, for, just like the model that I use for a lot of the caricature type stuff. So this is some guy sitting on a fence, and he's picking, and he's playing a kind of cigar box guitar, and it's just fun.
I dig the shit. Go ahead, Nick.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I love the straw. That ended up working out pretty good.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that was Nick's suggestion. I was like, I was going to do that. So he's got a piece of straw hanging out of his mouth. He's got a jug sitting there on the ground, and he's just having a good time with his toes sticking out. So I thought that was fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love the shadowing on the. Oh, look at this one. This is
Yeah.
awesome. Right behind the track, or the track's right behind.
Yeah. I like this one too. This is kind of taken from photo inspiration, but then I just completely changed it, and just this guy hanging out with his little dog, and with the cigar box guitar, waiting for the train to come through, and I'm having a great time with some of these caricature images.
Yeah, that's terrific.
Yeah,
I love the little puppy.
Yeah,
Who doesn't
the
love a little puppy in the
dog,
picture?
Yeah.
And we got who's Andy Borders is commenting on your Father John Misty T-shirt.
Oh, Father John.
Yeah, we went up to see him up in Portland, Maine, a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
That was really fun.
Brilliant.
Really fun. Yep.
What's going on? Oh.
We got more. It's good stuff. Good. Mark Fives always moonshine jug. You're right, Mark Fives.
Yes, definitely.
Sorry.
All right.
Good stuff.
Difficulty there.
What we got going on? Look at this. Oh.
Yeah, so this is kind of out of the mind of Ben and myself, my rendition of what he said. He was going on the train, and he would look out the window, and he would see just garbage on the side of the road as he passed by. And so I put together this image as kind of representing that idea, and I like it.
I love it.
It's really cool. I like the perspective of the tracks coming right
Yes.
at you, and
Yes.
and the garbage there.
Yeah,
and,
like you're really walking the tracks. Like maybe like from a dog's perspective, walking the tracks.
Yeah, that's true. It does. It's more like you're walking the tracks. Yeah.
What else you got lined up?
True. All right, so here's another caricature, and I don't know if you can read it, but it says, "Hard times make great music," and I just think this is really fun image. Guy, going through some hard times. He's got his roll. What do you call that?
Bedroll.
Bedroll.
Yeah.
And his guitar, and he's just by himself going through some hard times, but it makes for good music.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I gotta be honest with you. Like, there's where we live, or where our shop here at CB Gitty in this part of the state, we've got some people that that image is not that far off from what you can see a lot of around here, and and a lot of guys and gals walking around with their belongings and their musical instruments, and they're making the best of it, and it's so this kind of hits home. It's not just a really awesome piece of art, but there's a slight reflection of life around here too, and
Yeah, that's
so
true.
it kind of hits home. It's good stuff, really good stuff.
That's true.
Yep.
And the last one.
And this is just a kind of a sketch, pencil sketch of forming chords. What chord is that, Glenn?
That would be an E5.
An E5.
Yeah.
And I just thought that is a fun thing to do. Maybe I'll do some different chord shapes in a pencil sketch format, and I just thought it looked kind of cool. So thank you so much for caring and paying attention.
Andy and Clay were both saying a couple of those images would make great T-shirts, and I agree with you. I think they would too.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It'd be fun.
So aside from like the amazing stuff that we have with Ben, who does his own publishing department, writes his own books, and creates all these resources for everybody, and having Nick with his technical know-how and his ability to put together guides, to put together the show, and we got people like Farley who built these incredible instruments and this beautiful artwork. It's really inspiring to be and I'm only mentioning a few of the people, of the handful of the people that work here. We have got a little over a dozen that work here, and every single person in their own way brings these things to the table working here that just inspire us on. It's not every day that you can be around everybody, but when you get near these people that we work with and you spend a little time with them, it just everybody has their own thing they bring to the table that inspires me, us, you, whatever, to do better, to do more, to do something interesting, and I really like that.
That's true.
Yeah, working with this one right here.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. All right. So everybody says, "Hey, Henry Lohman, good to see you." Got Miranda, got Mrs. Nick out there. Good to see you, Mrs. Nick.
Yeah, the wife is out there, so I got to be on my best behavior.
He's always on good behavior.
Yes, he is. A gentleman at that. Now, what Nick has for you lined up next, I believe, is a little bit from Mr. Spiel.
Yeah. Why don't we find out what's the deal with Spiel?
What is the deal with Spiel?
Hey guys, it's Shane Spiel, and this is a Bugattia. Say it with me, Bugattia. Bugattia. It looks like Bugarija, but it's Bugattia. This is a Croatian folk instrument. This is used in the tamburica type of music in Eastern Europe. And it's basically the acoustic guitar, the rhythm guitar of the tamburica band. And in this band they use like a mandolin, real small instruments, a medium instrument that's like a tenor guitar, and then they do have a cello type of instrument. But the Bugattia is the rhythm, kind of the rhythm guitarist. I think I knocked it out of tune. Close enough. Okay, but the reason I'm showing this off is I want to talk about cigar box guitars. I want to talk about how everybody kind of gets stuck every once in a while with only making 3-string instruments or 4-string instruments. We kind of live within our comfort zone. There we go. God, that was bugging me. This Bugattia, the players of this instrument, they embrace the entire no rules concept that we try to preach in the cigar box guitar world. Now, when we first started pushing this movement on the internet, so many of us kept saying there's no rules, no rules, no rules. Tune it how you want, string your cigar box guitar how you want. If you want to do 3 strings, do 3 strings. If you want to do 6 strings, do 6 strings, whatever. But everybody kind of gets into their own little habit. Well, let me bring this out and use it to encourage you guys. Okay, so the Bugattia players choose how they want to tune their instrument. Right now, this is tuned to an open G, which is GDGB. Which is why it's similar, or it's the same as my 4-string cigar box guitar. It's why I can do all that blues stuff on it. But Bugattia players in Croatia, they choose how they want to tune this. Do they want to go into open G? Do they want to go open C, open E? It's up to them. And they also choose how they want to string it. Now this is set up with 6 strings. It could be 5 strings if they want. And also they can choose. Now this has doubled strings here. So you have single string. I'm going to do a little close-up. Boom, I got the camera to do it. You got the 2 low strings are single, G and D. However, the 2 high strings are doubled, G and B. Now, I want you to notice something. It has a floating bridge right here. You see this? This floating bridge has extra notches in it that are currently not used. The reason it does have that is sometimes a Bugatti player wants to string his instrument with the doubled string on the second string. So it would be single, double, double. And you can move this around and then change the tuning. Now, if I try to play it right now, it knocked it way out of tuning. So there is no rules on this instrument, and they even change around the bridge and the nut. The nut, you can even, let me get it, you can move it around. It's got extra notches in there as well. There's no rules to this instrument, and the rhythm players of the tamburitzas are not shunned for changing their guitar around. They're not shunned for using a different tuning than what tradition should be. In fact, the tradition of this instrument is to find your own voice. Now, this is the same as a cigar box guitar. I had Josh Gallia make this for me. I love this guitar. This is a 6-string cigar box guitar. The strings are doubled like a 12-string. Now, I don't have it tuned in, but I don't have it plugged in. But it just has such a beautiful sound to it, and it's unlike any 3 or 4 string cigar box guitar that I own. In fact, I love this guitar so much. I had it tattooed right there. Boom. Come on. See? But, again, getting back, if you're going to, or not if you're going to, I want you to dream up some new instruments. Try something different. Now, if you're wondering, well, how do I double the strings and how do I make the neck? Well, this Bugatti has no truss rod in it. I kept the strings light whenever I put new strings on. I don't know if the old strings were correct or not. I actually use tenor banjo strings on here, and they're not extremely tight. They're a little loose, so I know that it doesn't have a lot of extra tension on the neck. But anytime I would make a cigar box guitar with doubled strings, in order to get the right gauge of strings, all I would do is go online and look up 12-string electric guitars. Look up the string packs for 12-string electric guitars, and I would see what those gauges are. And quite honestly, I am sitting on a couple hundred high strings, like high B and high E strings, from all the years of me building cigar box guitars. And when I buy a regular pack of acoustic guitar strings, I'd only use the 3 middle ones. So I had all these extra ones. And I just go through my collection and find the right high strings to double. And those doubled strings just sound so pretty. So think about that. Try some doubled strings, try some crazy string combinations, and just remember, even though you're going off the beaten path, you shouldn't be shunned for it. It is quite all right to take a totally different path, put weird string combinations on your cigar box guitars, because we're not alone. Even those people in the Eastern European tamburitza bands are choosing their own tunings, choosing their own strings. So, you know what? Go out there and do some crazy stuff. I allow you. My name is Shane Spiel, and you see right over my shoulder here where it says, Making Poor Man's Guitars? This is my proof copy. This is not the final copy. The final copy won't have this binding, but boom, right there. This is the book that's going to be coming out in October. So look for that. Yes, it's got the history. It's got the how to build. Boom, there's your little preview. Shh. So my name is Shane Spiel. Look for that. Find out more about it at shanespiel.com. And go hang out at cigarboxnation.com this weekend. I just put a couple new featured articles on there. Say it with me. Bugadia. Bugadia. My name's Shane Spiel. Check out shanespiel.com. Hold on. You think they play this in Eastern Europe? Thanks, guys. Thanks, Gitty Gang. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye. Boom. Turn off.
Well done, Shane. That was awesome. Another great What's the Deal with Spiel. That was really cool, man. Now, welcome back to the Gitty Gang Show. And if you haven't, or if you're just kind of joining us, or you don't really know what's going on here, this is the Gitty Gang Show. We air this, every Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Cigar Box Nation TV. It's me, Nick, generally Ben, the leader of this crew. Got Farley and Kim there sometimes too. But if you haven't already, this is a little housekeeping part of the show. If you haven't already, would you please and thank you consider liking the Cigar Box Nation Facebook page, that and the CB Gitty Crafter Supply Facebook page. It's not a spam fest. We're not trying to feed you a bunch of stuff that you won't find interesting, because it is all interesting. We try to educate, inform, inspire, give you all the good stuff, and occasionally let you know what if there are any deals or anything, any new things, new kits or new fancy new things coming down the pipeline. So please and thank you consider liking those two pages. Now I think, aside from airing on Facebook Live right now, Nick, are we also on YouTube?
Yes, we are also on YouTube.
So
hello out there to, let's see, get back to the chat. We got Neil Cotter out there, Mark F., Rick Stevens, and Everett Thornton out there, and usually Michael Capato's out there on YouTube.
All right, I think I saw him on Facebook today.
Okay,
Either way, it's great to see everybody, and I also think that we have the video embedded on the front page of cigarboxnation.com as well.
Shane did that this morning.
Yeah, so you can. There's a number of places you can find to see it live, and of course to see it recorded after the fact. Now, one thing I forgot to mention a little bit earlier. Is that right, Farley?
Yes.
All right, there we go. I'm being encouraged to do something, just anything. Just do something with the guitar gland. Why is it just sitting on your lap? Little more is that, I'm drawing a blank. What was I going to say? Well, let's move on to the next thing, because I've completely forgotten it. So, our good man Nick has been doing some great work this week, just more than usual, and that is because he has been developing this new interesting little thing that if you follow the CB Gitty Crafter Supply Facebook page, you'd already know about, because Nick has been working on a new little thing that he's going to talk to you about right now, aren't you, Nick?
Yeah, now that my mic is on, how's that, everyone?
Hey!
Gonna wait? No, I'm not gonna wait. So I've been working. I've been working on the how-to guide for this little guy. A paint can resonator kit. It's still in the planning stages. We're still figuring out some things. Jason and I have been working on the placement of the can, the bridge. I gotta figure out. Ben had mentioned something about finding something to keep the bridge from sliding around on top of the can.
Smart.
Although I'm wondering, would it be enough of a stop if I roughed up the can right there with, well, we'll figure something out on there. But, you know, if you heard this little preview that I did earlier, you can hear it in action on the Cigar Box Nation page. But yeah, it's pretty cool and it's a lot of fun to build.
That's awesome. Now that's using it's using everything that we have here, correct? So we got that box kit is something that we have that you use to make the kit?
Yeah. So this is our regular box kit that we've customized with a little notch out here for the fretboard to come down in. And then we cut this. The sound holes will be a separate addition, so you can add your own sound holes and customize it the way you want.
Nice.
The box corners, I'm not sure what the final kit's going to look like.
Still in development.
Yeah, I do have you know, like I said, I was working on the instructions for it the other day, so those are pretty much good to go. We just have the final details to iron out. Right now, this one is a 25-inch scale. From a recommendation of Shane's to move the bridge back from the middle a little bit to get a little sound from it. So it's pretty fun, and it was a lot of fun to build. So I'm hoping the kit goes live, and I'm hoping you guys buy one, enjoy one, or build one inspired by. You know, it's going to be pretty cool. So it's something I'm excited to share with you guys. So.
And I'm excited that Nick's taken on yet another project to share with the rest of us, putting together a new kit. He's done the Kalimba kit in the past. He's done some other kits as well. I mean, he's worked the hurdy-gurdy kit, which there was a huge bump in hurdy-gurdy. Everyone had to have one, and no one's talking about it anymore. If you aren't familiar, we have our hurdy-gurdy kit on cbgitty.com as well. That Nick has an entire video of it being done. Awesome stuff, fun to put together. With this paint can lid resonator is something I'm really looking forward to. And Nick is actually using a box that we sell. You could buy the box kit on its own, but you may have seen, if you were subscribed to it, the CB Gitty newsletter this past week, and maybe even the Cigar Box Nation newsletter. I don't recall. Shane could probably detail that if the case, or confirm or deny that. But you use the box kit. We have those the box kits for sale, but we also have Ben offers a service where you can send in an image to cbgitty.com. He takes that image and uses it, puts a custom image on the box lid, so you can have a custom graphic box to build a guitar out of, or whatever you want out of, but to build a guitar out of. And that's a little hint towards what's coming up later, because we got a sweet one in Watt Corner.
Watt Corner!
Watt Corner! Shaq Collins, good to see you out there, by the way, brother. Now, you know what? I just had it on the tip of my tongue again what I wanted to say, and I've forgotten again. It's all good.
Play guitar.
Play guitar. But people want to hear other things too, such as Ben performing. And Nick has another video lined up for you of our good man Ben Gitty Baker out on holiday, enjoying himself, but still sharing a little bit of his love and joy with us through video magic.
And like I say, this one looks like he's in a place very near and dear to his heart.
Want no aggravation when the train has left the station. If you're there or not, you may not even know. Have around and remember things we did that weren't so tender. Let the train blow the whistle when I go. On my old guitar, sell tickets so someone can finally pick it. Tell the girls down at the Ritz I said hello, and tell the gossipers and liars I will see them in the fire. Let the train blow the whistle where to go. Well, let her blow, say let her blow, long and hard and loud and happy, let her blow. All regrets, all my debts will be paid when I get laid. Let her blow, let her blow, let her blow. You'll be left without excuses for the evils and abuses down to today from years and years ago. So have yourself another toll from my basket full of smoke. Let the train blow the whistle when I go. Say let her blow, let her blow, long and loud and hard and happy, let her blow. No regrets, all my debts will be paid when I get paid. Let her blow, let her blow, let her blow. Say let her blow, let her blow, let her blow. Let the train blow the whistle.
How cool is that? Ben Baker, you sir are the man. That was awesome. Very cool, very cool. Welcome back to the Gitty Gang Show on Cigar Box Nation TV. what you've missed. If you need to watch this later, go back to it. You've now missed 2 of Ben's performances if you missed the last one. An amazing What's the Deal with Spiel. You got Nick showing us a little hint, little preview of what's to come in a new kit land, if you will. And I guess, oh, Farley's art. How can I forget Farley's art? And everyone, by the way, thank you so much for being so kind to every single one of these things that we're showing you. When Farley's up here talking about our art, which is something that comes from the heart. When Ben's playing music, you know, playing his own songs on a train, you know that's coming from a heart. When Shane's doing his videos, you know, and he's informing, inspiring, educating us, you know that's coming from the heart. And when I see people like Marty Tauber and Rick Flink pressing like and heart and all that other stuff, like that means a lot. It's not just like a validation for the business, it's a validation for the person who's actually giving of themselves to make these things to share with the rest of us, and it's really cool to see the appreciation. So thank you very much. I think that's awesome. Now, what do we got out there? Rick Pig, that's a caboose. Yes, maybe my comments are a little running behind. Hey, nonetheless, up next, besides me blathering pointlessly, is Watt Corner, in which you share things with us. We put them on our cbgitty.com website, on our website, and then I comb through them and find some. It's not the best, it's just the stuff that I can fit into this show. I mean, it'd be a 2-hour show if I were to share everybody's stuff, but I'm going to share a little bit with you, what you've shared with us, to share with the world. And now we're going to do it now. So, here we go with Watt Corner. I'm going to unplug this and turn it off so I don't get all crazy. Don't get crazy, people. Oh, Watt Corner. Alright, so first up, now you may remember this from last week. Our good friend Daryl B, new good friend Daryl B, out there made this 7-Up amp and guitar out of 7-Up crates, which I think is just super cool. And you can see the headstock he cut out of the amp, the speakers behind the amp, and the hole that he cut the headstock. He used that piece on the headstock. It's just good stuff. But I wanted to use this as a frame of reference for what's next. And the next image you'll see, and what Daryl wrote to us, because he shared just a little bit more, is this cool thing. Look at this. Daryl writes, I wanted a good place for my slide, and a galvanized pipe strap did the trick. I adore this little doodad gadget. I think that's the coolest thing ever. And then in the next image that Nick has, what Daryl has is now the amp cord hangs on an insulator that I bolted to Lucky 7's sidekick. So he calls the guitar Lucky 7. That ceramic insulator is, you know, from working up, being a pole worker for like for a utility company. So you can see like a lot of those. That's an old one, by the way. I mean, it's just a cool place to hang stuff. I love the craftsmanship, the ingenuity, the details, and the attention to creativity that everyone out there gives their stuff, and that's just really cool. So that's how I wanted to start off Watt Corner, with just adding on to something that we shared last week. Now next, Nick has for you something from Tommy R. Tommy R. This is the Gunslinger, which I love. This is some cool stuff. It's just got a different feel. Like we normally have some pretty low-key, heartfelt stuff, and this one's a bit more aggressive. So you'll see in the next image here that Nick has, it's a custom-built Gunslinger guitar. You can see the image, and I've seen the image before. I don't remember where it's from, but I just love the kind of like that, I don't know, that gruesome style.
It's an awesome skeleton cowboy with a stogie clench between his teeth.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's dude tough. I mean, if you're into dude tough, it's dude tough or something. I'm not really dude tough.
It's like
myself,
John Wayne crawling back from the grave, going, "What are you doing?"
Bingo. I love it.
Pilgrim.
And the next image that Nick has for you from the same Tommy R photo montage, I love his little Tom's logo, the Tomcats. Puts on the headstock. I think that's some really cool stuff. And he got from us some of these chrome skull tuners that match the box lid, of course, which I think is really just rad. And then this last image from Tommy R, you can see he's also got our chrome skulls as volume and tone control, the knobs, well done in matching the image. Plus, of course, you probably have seen this for yourself now, the custom bullet bridge, which I think is fitting for the Gunslinger. All around good stuff, man, I gotta admit. And yes, now forgive me, I don't know how to pronounce your name, so but Zepp, it is just like Eddie from Iron Maiden. I didn't want to say it because I didn't know if anybody was going to get the reference, but it's just like Eddie, who was a character that an artist named Derek Riggs drew for Iron Maiden for years. And I had my bedroom walls, much to my mother's chagrin, lined with every single Iron Maiden poster with Eddie on it, and I thought Derek Riggs was the man. And so yes, Zepp, it's just like Eddie from Iron Maiden, or really darn close. Next we have from Ray T. So this is in reference to the custom graphic box lid that you can get from us. Ray T writes, I love CB Gitty's offer for custom pictures on cigar box guitars. The next image, Ray T writes, I built my oldest son a cigar box guitar with an old wine box, I should say, and added a picture of my mother and father's wedding night picture from November 4th, 1955 in Yokosuka, Japan to the back. So you can see it there, but in this last image, bingo! There it is. I love this. A family photo. And as Ray T writes, it was a very special gift. Thank you for the great products. No, thank you, Ray T, for doing this awesome stuff. I love seeing that kind of personal touch, and especially when it comes, if you don't know me by now, especially when it comes down to family, I think it's just the raddest stuff around. So really good stuff, Ray T. Thank you for sharing that with us. I don't know if you'll see it, but hopefully you're out there, you get to see it. And the next set of images is from Renee down in North Carolina, a pastor down in North Carolina that I've been recently communicating with. I'm happy to be communicating with because she is going to has an upcoming, through her church, possibly 20 children with whom she will be building hobo fiddles. Now this is a cigar box guitar built by Renee E, and you will see in the next image, I just really appreciate her attention to detail. She's just where she places things, how clean she places things, the types of things that she uses. I like, by the way, the rail runner bridge that she got from us that she's got stuffed underneath there. Love it. And lastly, I just like the fact that she took what ostensibly was a really attractive cigar box and customized it by simply scuffing it up and just, carefully so, because she left some key images on there, but just made it her own. And I really love the fact that you all do that. So really good stuff. Thank you, Renee. And I hope to talk to you further about the workshop that you'll be having with the children through your church. Thank you, Pastor Renee. Next we have Roll Tide. Jim B, come on now. Come on now. Let's see, what do we got here? Jim B writes, with this Kanjo, that he is trying to fine-tune a Kanjo for Kids project, which I know Jim has just the right personality to be doing with kids. Love this. So this is his Kanjo that he's working on. He says he's making it simpler to put together. The kids will get a lot of hands-on experience with not just woodworking, but with learning music. He's going to have them making their own frets out of toothpicks. Awesome, great idea. And the last thing that Jim writes to include with this photo, which I love, is that Jim will also be this is going to give him, this workshop that he'll have eventually, is going to give him an opportunity to learn how to improve his teaching ability. And we can all relate to that. So that, with Nick putting together how-to kits, with Farley doing her artwork, with Ben learning how to do his thing, and as we all come into this as new, and the more that we learn by doing. And Jim's going to be out there teaching kids how to build Kanjos, and he's going to be an even better teacher because of it. So thank you for sharing that with us, Jim. Roll Tide. I hope Saban treats you well this year. Now, next, we got Jack C. Now, this thing is pretty rad, so you can kind of see what's going on here. He's got like a little cutout of a thing that he's going to be building, and then the next image Nick has for you, it's voila! Come on! Now, not a cigar box guitar, don't care, because it's still awesome. Jack C. writes when he wrote this to us, Cadillac guitar crafted from used and new guitar parts, actual taillights from a 1959 and 1960 Cadillac wired with functioning LEDs, which is just rad. So thank you very much, Jack. I think that's some cool stuff. It may not be a box guitar, but it doesn't have to be. It's handmade awesomeness, and I'm glad that you shared that with us. And Clay C., if you're still out there, I just actually want to take a second to say Russ Olson, Rick Gainey, Don Baker, Joe Peach, all you guys, thank you very much for being here and hanging out with us for a little bit on your Friday afternoon. And if you're watching it after the fact, thank you for joining us whenever you do, because it's a pleasure, an honor, and a privilege, and I mean that, to have you spending your time with us right now, especially in this segment where we get to share the world, or the people that share stuff with us, we're sharing it with you, that kind of thing. You know the deal. I'd
like to add something.
Please.
To this one. This is a really good idea if you're ever trying to lay things out. I know it seems, you probably have done it before. Do it on cardboard or paper first, and then put it on whatever surface, and that way you can move it around. And if you have different elements, cut those elements out and move them around so that they fit on to your surface, so you can kind of lay everything out. That way you'll have your aesthetics down, and you turn this cardboard into this beautiful piece here. Every bit of preparation that you go into something like that will help. So
spot on. He's absolutely right. Templates, turns out, they're useful. Clay C, you're next. If you're still out there, Clay, we got a little bit of something from you, by the way, Clay C. Clay C shared this with us, and he writes, "This is the second hobo git that he's built. My wife's uncle," writes Clay, "my wife's uncle played my first hobo git build and wanted one to give to his daughter. He hopes that a short scale and nylon strings will make it easy for her to pick up and play. Likely will. Great idea, Clay." And the next image from Clay, Clay continues to write about his wife's uncle. "He is a musician who plays many stringed instruments, and he hopes his daughter will play the hobo git during family reunions. Love it!" This build uses a La Paulina box and has an 18-inch scale. He used gold enclosed tuners, fret wire, and sound hole covers from CB Gitty. Thank you very much, Clay. And then in the last image you'll see, I just love these little hobo gits that are inspired by Ben. And it's not the right one because I probably messed up there, so this is great. Keep it if you don't mind. So the git has nylon strings and is tuned to open G, just like Master Ben's hobo fiddles. And then the last contributor we have is from Joseph W. Welcome back, Rusty Taylor. Is Joseph W. And what Joseph writes is, that was the last image. I'm sorry. There we go. That's it. The nice headstock by Clay C. By the way, Clay, awesome stuff. And then the last submission we have is from Joseph W. And he writes, "This is my 32nd build that I completed on August 1st, 2018. It is full of CB Gitty parts." Thank you, Joseph W. "Full of CB Gitty parts like the frets, the mahogany fretboard, strings, tailpiece, box corners, and he also used CB Gitty stencils." So call back to the stencils. And the strings, by the way, are hobo fiddle strings, specially put together by Ben Gitty Baker. You can find those on the website if you're interested in 3-string nylon string setups for your hobo fiddle inspired build. What we have, I'm sorry, from
these
Joseph
are out of
W.
order, so here, let me...
What's up?
I think I got these out of order here.
It's all good, man. So how about we just hit whatever the next one is, let's hit it up. And so in the next one we got, the box is an El Baton Classico that was painted black. So Joseph sanded down the stain and gave it a walnut stain, excuse me. In the next image, you'll see that, as Joseph writes, the neck is made out of, yes it is, made out of poplar, and the fretboard is mahogany. He took a propane torch to the neck, fretboard, and box. This brings out the grain and gives it a more aged look. Slick moving, Joseph, I love it. And the next image that Nick has for you, after torching the box, Joseph W. writes, or after torching everything really good, he sanded it down to remove a lot of the burnt surface on the wood. Then used true oil to seal it and bring out the color. Awesome, by the way. What do we got? The fret markers, both top and side, were wood burns. And the next image, you can see here that Joseph W. writes he also installed a rod piezo and preamp, and used some leftover mahogany from a fretboard to make the bridge. He burnt and sealed that tool, and the nut was made from a synthetic bone material. Again, calling back to the Kings, Shane Spiel's influence on this cigar box guitar movement, which is vastly reaching. This is yet another one. That preamp that you saw on the side of the box mates beautifully with rod piezos that go underneath the bridge, and those preamps, those equalizers, make for an amazing sounding acoustic electric box guitar. I can't recommend them enough. Our good man Jason out in the shop, out in manufacturing, as you saw last week, was working on a little, it's around here somewhere, a hardtail bridge, but not metal, all wood. And we're hoping, possibly down the road, to include maybe some sort of a kit that includes a rod piezo, a wooden hardtail bridge. That preamp, I highly recommend it because the three together are whiz-bang awesome. And do we have another? Let's leave it at that. The sound holes were cut out in the shape of stars and the window screen and all that good stuff. And Joseph W, you are the man, because that guitar, that hobo and file, there it is. That hobo fiddle inspired instrument is just drop dead, and I love it. Thank you very much. Now, if you have stuck around, that's been Walk Corner, by the way. Now, if you've stuck around this far, you are in luck, because what we have for you next, Nick has put together. This is what I forgot earlier in the show. And if you've waited this far, I'm really grateful for it, because the giveaway, the giveaway for the hobo fiddle. Wow, this is the last week that you have, right?
Last day.
Last day. Last day to enter a video, please and thank you. It's actually, we're asking you a favor. It's just, we're giving you, if you do so, you have an opportunity to win a handmade hobo fiddle by Ben Gitty Baker himself. If we're asking you, just again as a favor, to send in a quick, like a selfie video. Hey, Gitty Gang, it's me, it's Glenn, and I'm saying hi, and I think blah blah blah. Like, just submit a selfie video of you saying hello to the Gitty Gang Show and the world at large, and send it to cbgitty@cbgitty.com, and we'll get that, and we're going to use it to say, you know, to show the rest of the world how cool you are. But we already have had some submissions, and when you send in that video, you were entered in to the drawing to win this handmade hobo fiddle. And Nick has taken the current submissions that we have and has put together a little montage or a video of everyone saying hello, and he has it on deck for you next to me stop talking.
Hello, Gitty Gang. It's Mom Gitty
and Mike
from beautiful downtown Sandusky, Ohio, with a big rubber ducky and some tall ships, sending out a shout, and we love you guys, and keep up the good work.
Keep up the good work, guys.
Hi, this is Mark from the deep south swamps of Florida, and I just want to say a big ol' hello to the Gitty Gang Show and all CBG players out there. Keep on rocking.
Hey you guys, what's up? This is Magic Daddy Simpson coming to you from the Chapel of Groove in Charlotte, North Carolina. Just sending a shout out to the Gitty Gang. We love you guys. Build, play, repeat. You know how we do.
Hey Gitty Gang, this is Rick Flink from good old sunny, very hot Montana. At least hot for this part of Montana anyway, up in the northwest corner. Just wanted to say hi and show you real quickly that even though I've not posted anything as far as actual guitars yet, I really am making some. So I thought I'd show you what I have on the bench. And I'm struggling because these are my first three. So this one here is supposed to be an easy one. Not even close. But I'll figure it out. And then this guy back here, I made this neck based on one of Farley's 23-inch bolt-ons, which I ordered, and it came out pretty cool. I'm really anxious to get it fretted up and get this one done. And then I am absolutely fascinated by the hobo fiddle. So the other day I had this. This is one of the practice pieces that I've been messing with as far as the neck is concerned, and I thought, you know, I bet I can make a hobo fiddle out of that doggone thing. And it's the right length. I can do the scale, the 17-inch scale with it. And I think that box is kind of cool as well. It ought to look pretty good on there. So that's basically where I'm at, what I'm doing. I just finished the cycle box. Got it done the other day. And it turned out pretty doggone good. It works great. So anyway, I love the show. I love you guys. And you really, really show that you care about all of us. And we appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Bye.
This is Steve O's Kalis from Ferguson, Missouri. I love your show. I love your company. Just want to give you guys a shout out and say thanks for everything you guys do. Alright, you guys keep on keeping on. I'm going to do the same.
I'm Doug Petrie here in my music hall. Hi, Gitty Gang. Good to see y'all.
Hi, Gitty Gang. Happy year.
Hello, Gitty Gang. This is Wayne Anderson down in Mississippi saying hello to everybody.
Hi, Gitty Gang. This is Jim Burt from T-Town, Alabama. I just thought I'd take a moment to say God bless you and roll tide.
Hi guys, I got the book, I got the tabs, I got the stories. All I need now is a hobo fiddle. My name's David Kennedy. See you guys.
Del Puckett here from Portland, Oregon with a shout out to all the Gitty Gangsters. It's the Gitty Gang Show. Nation TV. All right, peace out, y'all.
I love the fact that Nick put that together and ended it on Del Puckett there. That was awesome.
Yeah, that worked out very well.
Yeah, Del, if you're out there, I was just saying to these guys how impressed I am with you and how talented you are and how kind you've been on myriad of your, or endless YouTube videos promoting us for just, or at least offering us out there for public consumption. So thank you very much, Del. By the way, it's great to see everybody in that montage. I thought it was awesome to have people just give them a little bit of music, a little hello, and just like their own kind of personal stamp on it. So thank you very much, each and every single one of you, for having done that. Now you can enter your own video, your own like selfie styled video, to CB Gitty at cbgitty.com to win this hobo fiddle. Please and thank you, because you're kind of doing us a favor by sharing a bit of yourselves with us, and we're just kind of saying thank you when you do that. So thank you. Now, okay, yes, so lastly, as I'm drifting off into forgetfulness as the coffee wears off, I want to say thank you for being here, and to let you know that up next this weekend, actually, the 4th and the 5th, is the Ozark Cigar Box Guitar Festival in Drake Harbor, Warsaw, Missouri. So if you're anywhere near there, I would highly recommend checking it out.
Is that the one AJ's at this weekend?
Oh, is he?
I think so.
AJ, if you're out there, or if you're there in Warsaw, I think that's awesome. So hopefully you're close by and you can stop by again to the Ozark Cigar Box Guitar Festival in Drake Harbor, Warsaw, Missouri. Also tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow. Now, if you go on to Cigar Box Nation, which I did, to find out these events, you'll find that the Carolina Box Guitar Club meeting at Big Al's Pub and Grubberia in Charlotte, North Carolina is this weekend. I think tomorrow. Again, the Carolina Box Guitar Club meeting in Charlottesville, or Charlotte, North Carolina at Big Al's Pub and Grubberia. And then next weekend is the Sunflower Blues and Gospel Festival in Clarksdale, Mississippi. I think there's some Cigar Box Guitar related stuff there. And also next weekend we have the 30th monthly meeting of CBG-minded Michiganders in Petoskey, Michigan. Am I saying that right? Gary Hansen, are you still out there? Is it Petoskey? It's up in, here it is, right there. If you know Michigan, it's right there, because I looked it up on Google Maps. It's way up by the fingertips. I'd say like the index finger fingertips. Petoskey, 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 Michigan. The Michiganders Cigar Box Guitar. It's been great, hasn't it? Loose and me stumbling around. So thank you very much, every single one of you.
Did we get the Georgia one on there, 9/22, September 22nd?
I didn't go that far out. I'm sorry. Nick's got it though.
Fine. Rusty posted it. That's why I figured I'd mention it. Something down there, and is it in Atlanta? I'm horrible with remembering places, people. So Rusty will be able to. Or is it Savannah?
I don't know. Rusty, go ahead and shout it out there. You got a second? And thank you, Michael Capato, for letting me, at least making me feel good to say that I said it right. Andy Borders and who else said that? Rick Gainey. I would love to play some Iron Maiden, but I don't think that flies here. Alright, so thank you very much, every single one of you, for joining us. Me talking over a guitar while I'm playing it is not ever a good idea. There we go. But, so thank you for being here every Friday at 2, the Gitty Gang Show. Next week, we may have some more from Ben, but I don't think he's going to be here with us. But you're still going to have me, you're still going to have Nick, maybe Kim, maybe Farley, who knows? It's going to be the Gitty Gang Show. As always, 2 o'clock, stop talking. It's the Gitty Gang Show on Cigar Box Nation TV. It's the Gitty Gang Show on Cigar Box Nation TV. And we're coming to you live from CBG. That's all I got. I got no verses. I just got this. So thank you very much for joining us. And until the next time, I hope that you have a safe and happy weekend. Enjoy the weather. Nick, parting thoughts?
Parting thoughts? It's been the Gitty Gang Show on
Cigar Box Nation TV. It's the Gitty Gang Show on Cigar Box Nation TV. Hey, we're coming to you live from CBA.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
You guys are awesome.
See you next week.